Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, well, thank you for coming back. Let's do a semi personal read. I have a few minutes to do it for you guys. Pick one, two, or three. All right. We're doing hashtag three fast. Card number 41, North Node, life's purpose. The purpose of our lives is to be happy. The North Node points out the best areas for us to direct our talents and our wills. It shows the area of gifts. It represents destiny. It's directly opposed to the South Node, which is more serious and restrictive. The North Node represents where we benefit from good work done in past lives and how that assists us in the here and the now. The North Node is a place in the chart where life becomes easier. It acts like a karmic Jupiter where a doorway opens and suddenly you are where you need to be. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, life is about to happen for you in such a big way. In such a big way. You can be assured destiny has a place in your situation. Through many life lessons, you are about to arrive at a place for your highest good. Your life is expanding and opportunities pour in swiftly, catching you quite by surprise. This card also represents past life memories and karmic connections. You may meet people whom you've known over many past lives, perhaps in a soul family where bonds form very quickly. You are taking on a larger view of your life, which not only emphasizes your talents, but aligns your talents with like minded souls. It is a fortuitous time to begin a privately owned business or a professional venture that brings in extra finances. Y'all, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm, it's a lot of energy. It's a lot of energy. So, soul based business mentorship. I think for some, a lot of what's happening right now, soul is really very heavily trying so hard to bring your attention, your focus, your awareness to the game plan. If you don't know how, if you can't receive the message, if you've been struggling to connect with soul, because many of us have, from our diet to our lifestyle to electronics to medical practices and things like that, it's been very much hell bent on severing your connection to soul. It don't matter. Soul based business mentorship. I can connect to soul. I don't care what they tried to do. I can connect to soul. I can hear soul. I can see soul. I can hear soul. That right there. That right there. Soul based business mentorship. I can give you the information that your soul's been trying to give you. I can give that to you. I can give you clarity on which way to step forward. I can give you confirmation on whether or not, you can't decide between two different business models, business types. I'm not a business advisor. That's not what I'm doing here. What I'm doing is connecting with soul so that soul can give you the information on what you need to do. You guys, I have had multiple businesses over the years. Every single one, when I listen to soul, do you understand the degree of success that I achieved in an extremely short period? Extremely short period. And the reason those businesses were closed down was because I freaked out. I wasn't ready for success. I was afraid of succeeding. I can do that for you too. Now it's up to you if you'll take heed of what your soul is saying. It's up to you if you will see it all the way through. I can tell you what you need to see through. I'll give you an example. I've never taken any photography class. I don't know shit about f-stops or apertures. I know the terms. I don't really know that. Yeah. Okay. I think f-stop is about like the field of clarity. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's aperture. I think aperture has to do with I don't know. I don't know. I can never remember between the two. One has to do with exposure levels, the other has to do with whether you're going to be focused on a small thing or the whole thing is going to be focused on. So that should tell you, like, okay, what the fuck? You're not a photographer. And I didn't consider myself a photographer, except everyone that I worked with absolutely considered me one of the most talented photographers they've ever worked with. To the degree that within a few months of me starting, first time I ever picked up a DSLR, a digital SLR camera, uh, my shit was published in an international publication. Within months of me classifying myself as an actual freelance makeup artist, I was doing campaigns. I have work that's commercials, broadcast on TV. How? Why? I don't fucking know, but that's how shit played out. That's how it played out. And I was placed in front of the people who had the connections. I'm awkward as fuck, you guys. But I was placed in front of the people who had the connections to spread me far and wide. I can figure that out for you. I can figure out what soul is telling you. That's one of my most developed skills. Soul based business mentorship. Whatever this venture may be, fun, creativity, and optimism will be a part of it. At this time, you will feel less limited, and your goals and plans will have far reaching potential. Keep in mind, the lunar nodes always bring shifts and changes. For instance, a relationship with someone who has destiny spelled all over him or her may suddenly walk into your life. If so, this relationship will start rapidly and be life altering. One job may end swiftly, and you will find yourself in a much more suitable position. So a lot of opportunities are being presented to you right now. You might not realize what those opportunities are. You might even begin to feel like, shit, everything's falling apart. Oh my God, this is a really messed up situation. What's going to happen? How am I going to do this? Feel that, but keep going. Listen to soul. Keep going, keep going, keep going. If the energy is used correctly, it will promote greater optimism and prosperity. This means finances are also likely to increase. I believe the website discount applies to it. I'm not sure though. I'm not. Again, I just show up to the sessions. My husband takes care of all the back end of stuff because I'm horrible at that. ADHD, dyslexia. I'd be doing some really fucked off shit on the website platform. One time I had listed something and it was free. I was like, oops. Oops. That's all I could do was say oops. And then, of course, you know, my husband fixed it. Yeah. All right. Here goes. The energy is now telling you that the schooling part is over for now. Lessons have been learned, and you are now to act on these lessons towards a greater destiny. You guys, everything is like being laid out for you. All you have to do is step forward, keep stepping forward. As a soul's messenger, the appearance of the North Node card is in a spread indicates growing into what's called the larger unknown, meaning you are moving towards a point that promises greater fulfillment. The nodes are karmic, therefore, the lessons are not easy ones. Matters will develop suddenly, but there is still work to be done. Luck is on your side with an opening towards greater things. Karmic lessons learned and processed bring fulfillment and happiness, right? Fulfillment and happiness. So, what are y'all going to do? Are you going to do what you do, which is not allow yourself to do things? Or are you going to finally comply with soul? Right? So, that's for people who chose number 3. Let's go ahead and let us do. And I think maybe it's important for you guys to note that you can pick more than one card. What are you drawn to? And don't, here's the thing, right? Don't play yourself by waiting until you hear the reading and then claiming it. That's not how it works. You can put as many numbers as you want. But if you're only claiming it after you've heard it, now that's a different thing though than hearing it and being like, whoa, this resonates too. Okay. Now's the time to really be honest with yourself. Get the message from soul that is for you. Okay? You could claim all 3 if you want. It's no biggie to me. I'm going to do 3 cards anyways. You can claim 2. My thing, what I'm trying to communicate is make sure that you are cultivating this space for soul to speak to you, not only pulling what you want to hear, you need to exit out of that at this point. Okay. If something resonates, it resonates. It just, whether you picked it or not, if it resonates, it resonates. It's your soul is like, listen up, listen up. I'm talking to you. Okay. So just a little tidbit so that you guys can become even more empowered in your attempt to connect with your own soul. All right. These are for people who picked card number 1. You got 52, void of course, moon missing. The moon is a friend for the lonesome to talk to. Okay. Okay. All is not as it seems. This card can be daunting. It may not be a good or appropriate time to answer your question. As it is now, the results may not be what you want. The usual axiom for starting things on a void of course moon is nothing will come of the matter, right? Nothing will come of the matter. Matters will not go as you planned. In fact, most of the time it will end up far worse than you planned. So I get a sense that that specific message, I don't want to be compassionate and give people messages that, yeah. Anyways. Anyways. So for those who picked card number 1, um, you guys got to be very careful, okay? You've been caught blissfully unaware. You've missed something or you weren't paying close enough attention, but you won't be able to set the situation right at the current time. So if you pick number 1, don't get disheartened. Don't get disheartened. This is just about allowing something to be finished out because soul is going to create a different cycle for you. The different cycle that's going to be created, let it be something that all of the toxic energy gets used up and purged out of your space. Okay. So this is kind of the message that y'all are needing to have for this. Something new is going to be started, but if you allow this to get pulled, because it's, I mean, I would freak out if I heard this as a message. If you allow this to get pulled into the new thing that your soul is trying to create, you're going to taint both cycles. It's going to be to a lesser degree, but a repeat of the thing you're in right now. You don't want that. Let it completely ride out. Okay. This card says to sit still and stay as you are. Take no action at the current time. Wait for the storm to pass over. It's time to be patient and allow matters to settle before beginning anew. What I was just telling y'all. Allow this matter to resolve on its own without your help, work, or interference. I think for some who chose one or are drawn to this message, whether you chose it or not, um, this is a very clear indication you need to stay in your lane. Someone might be coming to you with an issue, they have a circumstance that they got themselves into, and they're used to you solving things for them or whatever it is. It's a pattern that needs to be ended. So you got to stay in your lane. They got to learn whatever they need to learn. They need to go through whatever they need to go through. It might be hard for you to see that, okay? But it is not your place to help. That's even hard for me to say. I want to cry. I want to cry saying that. Um, ooh, oh my God. Sometimes we get ourselves into unnecessary bullshit because we start creating um, a list of reasons as to why someone should not be allowed to see the effects of what they choose to do. Like it's wanting to save them, wanting to spare them, wanting to this, wanting to that. Man, I've been doing that. I mean, I know the answer. I know what needs to be done. It's been so hard. It's been so hard and I need to stop. I'm making it hard. I'm making it hard for this specific decision. I'm making it hard because I'm looking at all these different factors that really I have no control over. I have no say in that I should not involve. Mm, It's a difficult decision, but it is the appropriate one. It is a very difficult decision, but it is the appropriate one. Okay. I'm going to listen to soul. I'm going to listen to soul because if I don't, I already know where that's headed. I know exactly where that's headed. It is not going to end well for me or anyone else that can be accessed. It's not going to end well. So I'm going to do what soul instructs me to do, whether I understand, whether I feel confident in that. It's the same message over and over. Is there something that's happening in your life? It's the same message over and over, but you keep rehashing. You keep like, but let me ask someone else. Oh, factor this in. Oh, but what about that detail? You already got your answer. You already know what you need to do. Just like I had my answer right from the start. I know what I need to do. I didn't want to. There's a part of me projecting some type of wound within me onto the situation. And therefore, I'm trying to seek out excuses, reasoning as to why I can justify my lack of willingness to comply to what soul has already instructed me to do. Don't mess yourself up. I'm talking to you, Emmie. Don't mess yourself up. For how long you've allowed compassion to be a gaping entry for parasitic shit. Every fucked off situation you've lived through, girlfriend, it's because your compassion was exploited by you making excuses for people who couldn't even be bothered to make excuses for their horrendous behavior. How many of you do that? Because, man, I'm so guilty of doing that. Making stupid ass excuses for people's horrendous behaviors. Like, oh, no, 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 because they're going through something right now. So then that makes it okay for them to behave that way. No, but they're going through something right now. No, let them go through that something. They've made their choice. Let them go through that something and you carry forward. Void of course, moon. Don't bail anyone out. See what I'm saying? Don't bail anyone out. Because it's unlikely you will be repaid. Medical results will probably not be accurate. If your question is about a job or career move, then it's not the right one. If you apply for a job and get hired, it will not be long lasting. It's possible you will get hired and then a more suitable job will come along and you'll have to leave the first one. After long and costly effort, your matter in question may fail. People around you may start behaving like screw ups. It could be that great passions are playing against you. Discipline is needed. It's not a time to act impulsively. Whatever you do as your routine will stay as it is. However, matters that are unplanned or spontaneous will tend to work out for you. Let it ride. Let it ride. You want it to work out? Let it ride. Let it do whatever it's doing. Let it do whatever it's doing. Avoid, of course, moon can be used for your benefit. So keep this in mind when this card shows up. For instance, you can work on something you don't really want. You can interact with persons you don't really want to become a fixture in your life. I was questioning why I allowed a specific profile to continue having the ability to comment and comment despite the disgusting fucking energy. And there you go. There you go. You can interact with persons you don't really want to become a fixture in your life. Hmm. You can work on something you really don't want. Embarking on anything new or untried will tend to go wrong. In other words, when the void of course moon card presents itself in a spread, if you agree to plans you don't really want to come about, then it will be very likely they will not come about. That's how you use this. However, meditation and any type of psychic or spiritual efforts will work out better when the void of course moon card turns up. It's a good time to dream and even make plans. Just don't act on them yet. Also, do not plan a wedding if this card comes up. Keep in mind the time is not yet right. That was card number one. That was intense. That was definitely intense, but it's not all bad. It is not all bad. Um, it's a difficult message to hear because for those of us who chose number one, um, if you're already going through things, hearing that kind of stuff is gonna make you feel like fuck more bullshit, more drama. No, don't hear it like that. Hear what needs to be heard. Figure out how you can make this work in your favor. You can make anything work in your favor while also still maintaining your integrity. It's not about lying. It's not about using people. It's about understanding the mechanics of the energy that is presented in that particular message. There's a lot of good things that are going to happen. So, for those who chose number two, fifth house, creativity. Every child is an artist. The problem is staying an artist when you grow up. So, in childhood, you probably had quite a few different abilities. And as you grew, people in your environment were able to convince you to diminish that which you are. Be happy. Give yourself the gift of happiness. And part of the happiness you need to give to yourself is being childlike in your view of the world, seeing things with a fresh set of eyes. Um, let's see. Um, This card turning up in a reading indicates that you have created or will begin to create something to be proud of, something that will bring others joy. It may have you on a stage or just an area where adults can let down their hair and become as children, responsive, joyful, and free. You can expect completion of a project or the accomplishment of a significant goal for which there will be celebration. You have put hard work into a project and will now see the results. Gifts, these gatherings, premieres, galas, or even a wedding may figure in. You could become involved in a school setting with children or mostly young adults. You know, totally a squirrel moment, but I was thinking I'm down to have one more child if I could have a dolphin assisted birth. um but now I feel like I didn't think that through because um I still have trauma associated with the ocean. I still have trauma associated with the ocean and ocean mammals because my life right before this one, that's I died in the ocean. Maybe I just need to be around dolphins because the baby that's going to be assisted is me. If you drop me off in the ocean, I'm the type of person, I'm the type of damsel that will drown you as I try to save myself. I will freak out. And as you scream, I will probably push you under. Oh, shit. Okay, getting back on track. Um, since the fifth house is a natural house position for the sign Leo, someone close to you, a potential lover, a mate, or the two of you together will make a striking appearance. It's time to go out and be seen. This card may turn up during the time of a budding romance. Perhaps your current relationship will go through a positive transformation. Okay. Or perhaps there's a new potential mate on the scene. I don't know. That's for you guys. I know. No, I mean, I'm good as long as the water doesn't go above my knees. I'm not a big person. I'm not big enough to have ocean water up to my thighs because the waves knock me over. It's true. When the waves get excited and they get excited when I go in the ocean, I'm like this, trying to stand there and they just keep knocking into me. I'm just saying. So I'm good up to my knees. It's just one of those things. All right. Um, let's see. Okay. This card is all about finding joy and creativity and self expression with promise of a jubilant return to childhood. It can denote a carnival like atmosphere where life becomes a three-ring circus, but usually in the best way possible. It's all about multitasking, taking on more than is expected, and then making a spectacular success of it. This is a card of the mastery and victory in a deep way, such as that which you already carry inside your heart. You're going to master something, you're going to become victorious over something. All is possible now. The most important thing is to move forward. Move forward with a smile on your face. You're about to win. Ooh, Michael said, "Why do you think you were smiling in the face of adversity earlier?" I don't know. Maybe because that motherfucker is a joke. I'm just saying. I mean, could it be that? Could it be that? Is it because I don't know. So, guys, I got to get going. I hope you got whatever answer you needed. I hope that everything that everything that you're struggling to is framed in a way that can further empower you, that it's framed in a way that can help you to see just how powerful you are over your life, over your journey. Ooh, I'm going to share something with you guys before I go. So my whole life I've never had shoulder development. I couldn't get them to grow, and I love strong shoulders. And it's always been this thing of, like Michael says, that my shoulders are strong, that they were designed to carry heavy weight, and that's part of what my purpose is, to be a heavy lifter, right? Spiritually speaking, energetically speaking destiny. I was trying to take a picture earlier, like kind of like a gym selfie, and I flinched at the last minute. So I actually wasn't flexing, but still, bitch. Fucking love it. I love it. It looks like I could fucking kick ass. Looks like it, huh? Yeah, I'm not done though. I'm not done. That this is just a starting part. This is the starting part of what I am doing. The starting part of me finally understanding and having tangible proof that I am in fact strong as fuck, right? I'm not just talking about physically. I'm not just talking about physically. I'm talking about strong all the way around. All the way around. All the way around. And by the way, um I'm cracking up. I just leave that detail out. This period is going to show you how strong you are. For me, I'm a very literal person, right? Very literal. So I need to see literal proof of my strength, my capacity to carry things, carry a load on my shoulders. For you, maybe it's something more poetic, something much more gentle, something that you could maybe just see in a picture or witness in the middle of nature. Leave yourself open to receive the messages. Leave yourself open to receive the messages. Let it happen. Okay. So please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Bye, everyone.